Are you working on the till of a supermarket right now? Do you need the day off tomorrow? There are many games out there that are worth a sick day, and there are some that will make you sick after playing them. It's my job to help find out what games are worth a sick day and what games are worth cycling around your city, delivering pizzas to people instead. Baldur's Gate 3 is a Dungeons & Dragons style game where every decision that you make will vastly impact your playthrough. Create your own character and journey across the land with fantastic fellow companions and using your brain to win confrontations with this superb turn-based style combat system. No spoilers here, friend, you'll be pleased to know, so like and subscribe and let's see if you're having the day off tomorrow. Struggling to decide what to have for dinner this evening like me? Well, you'll struggle with this game then, because it's all about making your own decisions, good or bad. Sometimes you think it's good, and then you ruin this NPC's life by accident. I like being nice to people in games, but you have the option dialogue at the bottom that will be the rudest, most uncalled for way to speak to people. I'd lose sleep if I upset an NPC in dialogue, but these options, they look funny as anything, so if you want to play as a diddy, you can. Meet your marvellous companions that journey with you, and you will love talking to them, because they literally have so many lines of dialogue and you get to know them more throughout the game. All of which have different stats and abilities and powers, but you can only journey with 3 at a time, alongside your playable character, who you create yourself. You can play as loads of different races and customise your hair, and I mean all of your hair, yeah, subscribe. And of course, pick your background, your origin story and everything. I made my guy a bard, and it makes you overpowered in dialogue, because being an actor means you're very good at lying to people and can get away with anything. Design your lovely dream companion as well in character creation, who comes to your rescue when you sleep, and you get to have like a mini romance with them, so you make them as hot as possible, and the payoff for this dream companion romance will make you love yourself and your decisions. But if that doesn't work out, you can romance anyone, and even if you don't want to, they will all try and chat you up, believe me. And I love killing things in games, but rejecting people and hurting people's feelings in dialogue, that will ruin my week. This is a long game. I spent nearly 200 hours in the space of 2 months on this. This wasn't one playthrough either. I kept going back and making new characters, seeing how it would change things in the story. In the end, I ended up with a half-elf character for my main playthrough because, as you may have seen on my Dragon's Dogma 2 review, I'm an idiot and I like making myself as the playable character. And unfortunately, I'm not a 7-foot dragon man that breathes fire. I was a little elf dude with a lute. And to make the combat fair for us bards, they gave us magical powers to compensate. Thanks, Larian. There are so many side quests, whether that be about one of your companions or some random NPC you run into during your quest. The game is split into like 3 chapters, each with their own regions you can explore. Each chapter is basically long enough to be its own game. If you're up for exploring, each dialogue option could lead to different outcomes. The game is a Dungeons & Dragons style game, determined by the roll of a dice for literally everything in it. Depending on your stats, will either increase or decrease your chances to spot something you can wander past, depending on your perception. Can you spot if someone's lying to you, if there's a trap? Your ability to talk your way out of a situation by persuading people or lying or even bullying people if your character's stats play into that. But I tried a few of these builds with different characters. I honestly love being a bard, having a background as an entertainer. I feel like an underdog in combat and in the story, but in dialogue, my guy has the gift of the gab and can talk his way out of most things, which comes in handy many times, letting me avoid combat altogether because I'm trash. The acting is superb. J.K. Simmons is in this as well, actually, and Jason Isaacs. Your companions are awesome. Even Astarion, Neil Newbon, got recognition at the Game Awards for winning Best Performance. He is superb, but all of them are ace. The animation for the faces is so realistic. In character creation, you don't mould the face like in other games. There are preset faces you choose, but it makes them look insanely natural in dialogue moments. They can animate the face exactly. Shadowheart, for example, looks so realistic in dialogue. When she's sassy towards me, it's so realistic that I actually feel a wee bit triggered, but she makes up for it later on. Yes, she does, indeed. Yes, so you should like the video, thanks. The combat is awesome. Now, unfortunately, due to me never playing D&D, I was relatively disgustingly tragic at the combat in the beginning of my playthrough. However, I slowly kind of figured it out, but I'm very basic. I do the basic healing spells and I like attacking people from a distance, arrows and spells and stuff like that, and then I'll usually have Karlach up the front cracking goblins over the head with a big axe. You can get insanely creative with the combat, however. I look on YouTube at some Baldur's Gate 3 videos and you can do all kinds of crazy things in combat. Angry Joe showed that you can make an owlbear dive bomb people by stacking up crates, and it basically is a tactical nuke. I saw a TikTok asking people how they beat the first goblin camp in the game, and the answers in the comments were endless. One of them said they poisoned the wine, and I was like, you can do that. So I tried it, and they were right. But not only that, it does a wee cutscene, and it opened up a new dialogue option with Shadowheart later on in my playthrough, where you jokingly bring it up to her and she laughs. I like that, Larian. Very pleased I was. Nice. Ha ha ha, they're all dead. The combat gave me time to think and plan my next move, and it's quite relaxing in a way. However, remember to save your game quite often, because see if you die in Baldur's Gate 3, you're getting sent back 45 minutes before that fight, and it's soul crushing, right? This game has literally thousands of different endings. Even Doctor Strange is like, steady on guys, I'm not playing all that. Which means that the replay value is insanely awesome in this. One small change could impact the game massively in the end, and that's one of the reasons why Baldur's Gate 3 is a banger. In the end, you pick up that phone and you tell your boss you've got crabs, my friend, because you're taking the day off for this one. Like and subscribe, and I'll see yous next time. Bye.